President Trump said this afternoon that he would not sign a bill to keep the government running. Instead, he wants more money for his border wall.
If the president and Congress don't come up with a compromise before tomorrow, that could partially shut down the federal government. So how often do government shutdowns happen? Good question. Heather Brown looks at the history.
Government is partially shutting down.
800,000 federal workers will be the victims.
The lawmakers are also closer to a budget deal that would avoid a partial government shutdown.
We hear this term partial government shutdown. What does the partial mean?
It means that the government doesn't completely shut down. Think about it. If the government completely shut down, what would happen? The military would get laid off. The prisons would federal prisons would open up.
David Schultz teaches political science at Hamblin.
At most, probably maybe 20% of the government shuts down. It's usually what we call the discretionary type of activities.
A visible one is the closing of the national parks.
Grandma wouldn't get her Social Security check.
It's happened 20 times since 1977, a year after the law was passed that said the president submits a budget and Congress has to pass it. How long do these shutdowns usually last?
Well, we've had several of them which were the bat of an eye.
Like the 9-hour one in February of this year. Not even long enough to shut down the government.
Right, exactly, especially if it happens on a weekend or something like that.
About half are 3 days or less. The longest shutdown was 21 days. It was a big fight over the 1996 federal budget.
There has to be a measure of good faith on both sides.
These long shutdowns are actually quite costly for the United States.
I was going to ask you, how much does a shutdown cost?
Well, there's several different ways of itemizing the costs here.
There's the cost of actually closing, then reopening the government, and the impact on the economy when 800,000 federal workers go without paychecks. Standard & Poor's estimated the 15-day shutdown in 2013.
A shutdown of the federal government moved a step closer to reality today.
Cost $24 billion.
If one of the legacies of previous shutdowns tells us anything, is that the party who's tagged with the responsibility for the shutdown, that person or body generally pays the price in the next election.
Heather Brown, WCCO 4 News.
Federal employees are generally retroactively paid once the government reopens. However, members of Congress are paid during a shutdown.
In 2013, most of our Minnesota representatives in Congress told us that they would either donate or withhold their salaries. If you have a good question for Heather, please email it by going to WCCO.com/links.